I'm Chelsea with Labels and Labeling Magazine. I'm here with Jakob Landberg from Nilpeter. Jakob, welcome.
Thank you very much.
So we're standing here in front of the FA26 line, which is a new machine that is brought to Labelexpo. Tell us a little bit about the machine, why you brought it, and how its reception has been.
It's actually a machine that we developed during the COVID crisis first. And the first machine of these went into a company in the United States where they make inline lamination for pouches and sachets and things like that. So it was a strategic choice for us to go up in 26 inches, 670 millimeters, because we wanted to attract a big market in flexible packaging, and especially the part where the run lengths are relatively short, because for a normal flexible packaging printer, a short run is an irritating run. But for us, it's a fantastic run, but they might be around 15,000 meters, which for a label printer is fantastic, of course. So we've hit a market where there's a lot of investment, let's say willingness, because they can see this one can solve a lot of problems. I call it the Swiss Army knife of value-added flexible packaging.
And I think it's spot on. We're seeing a lot of flexible packaging from the printing presses, from the materials, from the coatings, everything you need. Flexible packaging masterclass. Are you seeing a lot of interest from label converters at Labelexpo diversifying in this way?
Yes, luckily, absolutely. I mean, there are two kinds of people that we attract with this machine. The people from the label industry who are used to our technology, and then people in the flexible packaging industry which are more used to central drum solvent printing machines in Flexo, or gravure even, and tooling and setup times and so on makes it quite expensive to do the short runs. So they become like a marketing tool for them, rather for big customers that also want these small runs for certain occasions. So far we have built 10 of these machines since the COVID started, and of these 10, 9 of them are sold in North America. So it's North American market has been a big hit for us. One has been sold in Denmark, actually. That was the first machine we built, of course. And now here during the show, we've managed to sell 3 so far to the European market. 1 to Poland and 2 to the UK. So that is groundbreaking new business for us. We attract people who are doing labels, but also a lot of flexible packaging. And don't forget that the flexible packaging market is about 10 times, if not more, than the label business.
I think it's a trend that's going to be just keep growing and growing. And
yes.
So what else can you tell us about the machinery, the equipment that you have on display at the Nilpeter booth?
Well, we have our, let's say, core business is still labels. This machine has even been sold to a company using it for labels of a very big runs with a die cutting inline. But our more traditional machines, of course, they attract label printers across the globe. We are represented in 65 countries, and we are building our label machines in 3 different countries, Denmark, US, and also in India and Chennai. So we tend to be global, of course, and we tend to sell our machines global. And that, of course, also makes us a little bit less vulnerable for let's say, political and economical changes. We can go to where the market is in blooming, I would say. Yeah? And the show has been very good. It's been a great show. It's been 4 years since we were here the last time. And, you know, it's a bit like we have a timeline in our industry which revolves around Labelexpo. So, you know, when did I meet my wife? That was what, the Labelexpo and so on. So, no, it's been very good. People have been interested. They like our technology. We are, I would say, some of the price-leading manufacturers. Building in Denmark is not a cheap thing, but we try to make our, let's say, our technology so advanced so we can make the return on investment fast. And machines keeps also a very good value over time. And one thing which is new, which has been very well received, especially for the bigger groups, is we have developed what we call a digital twin to our machines. And that means that we can actually have a mirror of the machine in the customer's computer systems. So they can, of course, they can look at the machine over the internet, but we can also go and simulate processes. We showed a customer here some design changes we've done, but it was not in real life. We showed it on our twin of the machine. So while the machine is running, we are logging all information, goes into the memory of the twin. You can then replay the job you've done on the twin. If there's a little problem, you can go back, and it's like a flight recorder. You know, the black box where you can see what happened during something unpleasant. Or yes.
And that's huge. That's a trend I've noticed at the show. A lot of automation. They're automating where they can. They're flagging anything that creates even the smallest bottleneck. They're looking for solutions.
Yeah. I mean, this is a conventional printing machine, but the only thing conventional about it is actually the flexo plates, the analog rolls, the way you create flexo, because the machine is a robot itself. It runs without the help of people. One man can operate this huge machine. We've supplied machines which are 40 meters long, operated by one person. They almost need roller skaters to go up and down the machine. But you can operate the whole machine from any of these panels that we have on it. So it helps the operator, and the modern operators doesn't want to have handles, doesn't want to get ink on his fingers. So we call it clean technology, clean hand technology actually. So you operate every bit of the machine from the panel, and then you store these values and you can bring them out again. So yes, conventional printing, but in a very new digitalized world.
I like that. So I would be remiss not to ask you a little bit about reflections on Labelexpo. You've been an industry figure for a few years.
24, actually. 24.
Wow.
On Friday is 24, tomorrow.
Oh my God. Well, congratulations. It's incredible. An incredible career. Just always see you at Labelexpos. Any reflections on what will be your last Labelexpo before you head off to retirement?
Well, now you said it. This is my last Labelexpo. And I think back on my first. I started in Nilpeter 1999 on the 15th of September. And on the 20th of September, I went to my first Labelexpo. And that was like a mind-blowing experience. I think it's a fantastic brand. And we have been working very close together with Tarsus, Nilpeter, to, let's say, so we can maximize our investment, which you can imagine is pretty high. We spent quite a lot of euros on coming here. So we want to use every bit of it in our promotion of our company, our people, and our machines, of course. And not many industries have such a concentrated event where you can see all your competitors, all your customers. And I would say also that this industry, I've been in other industries before, of course. I've only been 24 years with Nilpeter. This is a very friendly industry. A lot of characters in the industry that you remember, and you have met them, from Labelexpo to Labelexpo. And then we have these sister organizations like FINAT and TLMI, where we meet again. It is a people's industry. Of course, there has been a lot, in my time, a lot of concentration of the market on, let's say, fewer companies have been growing up, taking over the smaller ones. But many of the people have followed this evolution and still in the industry. And yesterday I had my, let's say, departure party here on our stand, and there was a lot of people that came here, competitors as well as customers and friends. And it is an industry where you care about each other, and I'm going to miss that. But I also look forward to only having one boss at home instead of 3.
Well, speaking of industry figures and characters, you've definitely been one of them over the years, Jakob, and you'll be missed, certainly, but you have left an impact. And we thank you so much for your time today. Congratulations on retirement.
I will miss you too.